Hello everyone, we are back. I say we because this kid is here. That's baby Levi. I'm Shelly Marie, aka the Pretty Maniac, and welcome to our channel. Well, technically it's my channel, but it's ours because he's involved in every aspect of my life now. Anyway, I was going to do a vlog while I was in labor of the induction because he was late. They had to induce me. But at some point, it became... I didn't care anything about the vlog. Not that I didn't care about you all. I just didn't care about doing a vlog at the time. Now, disclaimer. I am not against anyone that use the epidural while they, during their birth or their labor and delivery. I did end up getting an epidural, but initially I was against it. I wanted to see what it really was like to give birth. Not saying that anybody who did get an epidural did not experience giving birth, but my personal opinion, if you did take any sort of drug, anything that helped, you technically did not get the full effect. If you understand or get what I'm saying. You gave birth, you got your contractions, you felt whatever it was, but the full effect of the process that, you were supposed to go through, or initially you was going to go through, you didn't get that. Now, don't get me wrong, I did feel some things. But, I'm not saying that anybody's stronger than the other. It's just that was my opinion and that was my plan. But once I got to a certain time, a certain point, I said, give me the epidural. Alright. Now, Friday on the 18th was my last appointment. I went to school for 4 hours on the 19th. Sunday, we was brought into the hospital. We were supposed to be there at 11:30. But 8 o'clock that morning, the nurse called and was like, hey, do you want to go ahead and get started? I need to get started on his head. But anyway, you want to get started? I'm like, sure. Got there by 9 o'clock. They got started at 9:30. I can't remember the exact name of the drugs that they gave me. But I know the first one was an every 4-hour drug. And it was supposed to ripen the cervix and everything. When they went to check me, 8 hours later, 8 to, 12 hours later, there was nothing. Yeah, matter of fact, it was 12 hours later because it was like 9 o'clock. There was nothing. They said, okay, well, what we're going to do is give you the next dose of this drug or the next level of the drug. I guess I think it was the same drug. It was just like a second level, something stronger. And I think that was the IV form. I can't remember. I don't remember taking any pills, though. I think everything was IV. But, yeah, after they realized I had not dilated, nothing had happened, they said, okay, we're going to take you off the clear liquid diet, allow you to eat because it's about to be a long night. So I went ahead and got me some Chipotle, which is a bad idea because around same time, around 2 o'clock in the morning after they gave me the second level of this, I had to use the bathroom. And my mom was like, hold up, wait, you feel like you got to poop? You might want to hold it because usually that's the feeling you have when you have the baby. And I'm like, no, I think I know when I have to shit. So sure enough, I had the bubble guts. And I know it's a lot of information, but it's life. Sure enough, I go in there, I blow the bathroom up. I got my spray that I brought from home. And I think the plug came out. When I would wipe myself, it was like this brown, well, I don't know if it was even brown. It was like a tannish colored slime. Wiped it 2 or 3 times, a little bit more came out. Maybe an hour or 2 later, my water had broke. I got up to go back to the bathroom. Now, before my water broke, I don't know if anybody else, and if you have, please comment below. I experienced this loud, that's exactly what it sound like on the inside of my body. It echoed, and I felt it down there, like right there in my vagina, right there the hole. I felt it was like, and it woke me up out my sleep, and I was like, oh, And my dad was like, oh my God, you know, is it happening? And I'm like, no, I just got to use the bathroom. Something happened. I got to go to the bathroom. My mom was like, once again, warning me. I went to the bathroom anyway, peed, and the whole toilet was full of this. It was like a milky look. I know it wasn't like I don't know, it was weird. It was just like this milky substance. The way the toilet looked, it was like a smoky color. It wasn't no discharge, nothing with it really. Like it wasn't a milky color, but it was like a smoky look in the tub. Look at me moving the camera. But when I got up, you know, I kind of moved away to see, and I had wiped myself already, but stuff continuously came out. So I was like, oh Lord, I think this is my water breaking. Okay, something's happening. Now by that time I had a couple of cramps, period cramps in the front. I got high pain tolerance, so after that happened, the nurse came in and she was like, you do know you've been having contractions? And I'm like, no. She said, well, this number right here on the machine beside the baby's heart rate on the other side is your contraction, like the number, the level that is going up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let's do, you know, okay, so what did that mean? They're like, we're going to go ahead and check you again. Now, by this time, I'm at 0.5 centimeters. Still nothing, really. Further than where we were, but still nowhere. Now, next is later on, maybe like 6 something in the morning. And by that time, the contractions I'm feeling them. When I say I'm feeling them, I'm getting out the bed. My room did provide me with a peanut and a ball, birthing ball or whatever, the exercise ball pretty much. And, you know, I'm on the ball rolling around, trying to, you know, soothe myself. If you didn't know, which you probably didn't, because I don't think I've really put it in any of my videos yet, I'm into stones and crystals. And I had my stones there. I'm rolling them in my hand. It's working, but not working. It's getting rough. Like, I'm about to be in tears. Rough. Now, this time she checked me. I'm at 2 centimeters. I'm like, 2? How far I got to go? They say 10. So, you know, I'm contemplating then, like, oh, should I tap out? Should I tap out? And I'm like, no, Shalise, this is what you want to do. Let's do this. This is what you want to do. You got this, Shelly. You got this. You know, mentally tell my mom, she's like, I'm proud of you. You're doing good. You got this. Just, I know you don't want to, you know, don't do it. Don't fold. Don't fold. You're strong. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Leo strong, but sheesh, this is a whole different situation that I've ever had in my life. Now, at this point, the lady's like, 2 centimeters. We're going to put you on something stronger. We're going to take you up a notch. I'm like, what? Take me up a notch. She said, yeah. Now, I must warn you that this third level is going to be super, super strong. It's going to be maybe a couple of times stronger than what you're feeling now. She didn't really want to say 10. She didn't want to put, you know, frustrate or scare me too much. But she scared me enough. And she, you know, warned me how strong it was going to be. And that I was only at 2 centimeters. Boy, let go. You just can't sit there with it in your mouth. Anyway. Yeah. So she's like, are you sure you want the epidural? After a while, you know, after she finished talking to me and I tried a little bit longer, I said, you know what, let's do it. Because if I have 8 more centimeters to go, and I've been here since Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, and it is now Monday, 6 or 7 a.m., and I've only hit 2 centimeters, I'm not going to make it. I'm sorry. I know my body, and I know my tolerance. I know, you know, how far I can take. Now, what I wasn't sure of is how my body would have reacted either way. If I would have went ahead and took the pain, how my body would have reacted to the pain and the shock, or how my body was going to react to the epidural. I'm worried about long-term effects of the epidural, but at the time I'm like, I can't afford anything else to go wrong at this time. So I go ahead, get the epidural. The guy come in, put the needle, put everything on my back and everything. They're like, do not move when we insert this needle, when we insert this. And I'm like, I don't understand how y'all think I'm not going to move, ooh, with these contractions like this. But I held it, you know, because when they scared me and said that I can paralyze myself or whatever the case may be, I was like, ooh, you know, you all right? Poor baby. He be jumping in his sleep. I guess it's dreams. But, yeah, so I'm like, okay, let's do this. We got the epidural. I'm ready. Now, downfall of the epidural. I could not get up and go to the bathroom. Even if I could, even if my leg wasn't as numb as it was, I don't think they was going to allow me to. They already had in their head they was going to in and out cath me every 2 hours, which they did. My whole left side pretty much had went numb, waist down. The right side started to get, you know, the left side was completely numb. I couldn't feel it and swole up. My right side was tingling, almost numb. By the next morning, it was completely numb. I couldn't turn myself. I couldn't do anything. I had to have them do it. It hurt. That it was so numb that it actually hurt for me to lay on a certain side. For it's like, ooh, ouch, boy. My feet still swollen. My dog just put his big paws, like slapped my top of my foot, and it hurts. Yeah, so completely swollen, swollen on the left side and numb waist down. Problem is, I could still feel like a T shape of pain. Like I have dimples right there in my lower back. I could feel the pain shooting right there and down to my butthole. It was still the same contractions. It's just I wasn't feeling it around my whole waistline. So those was pretty bad. They would wake me up out of my sleep. But I still couldn't feel my legs. Couldn't move my legs. And I couldn't understand how that was possible. If you was numb, but you still feeling the pain. So what was the point of the epidural? I guess it was to take half the pain away. My IV in my right hand that the nurse originally put in was leaking all night. I kept telling her by the next morning that was swole up because the fluids was just going through my arm. Now, the thing about the IV that I was really worried about is that I developed group B strep while I was pregnant. It's something that pregnant women develop. It is not contagious. It's not an STD. It's something we develop, and it's something that can cause, you know, an issue with the baby when the baby passes through. You know, so they had to put me on antibiotics. I was worried that I wasn't getting enough antibiotics, you know, to protect my baby. What else that happened? Oh, yeah. That last in and out calf, it was probably like at 6 or 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was 7:40 something in the morning. The nurses, no, it was 6 something, and the nurses was changing shifts because they changed shifts at 7 o'clock. About 30 minutes later, the doctors and a couple nurses came in to check on me and everything. And he felt it and he was like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and push. And I'm like, what? No warning, no, okay, it's about time, no, you know, oh, and let's move her to a different room, nothing. So, nothing like the movies. He just said, let's push. The new nurse come in and she said, hey, I'm gonna show you, put your legs up, I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do. We're gonna go ahead and get started. She did let me know that they was afraid, or they had an idea that he had possibly pooped inside of there, and it was, I forgot the word for it. I'm telling you, I was out of it. I can't remember nothing. But the awful parts. Oh, anyway. Yeah. She was telling me about the poop situation. They wanted to make sure. That's why the NICU, which is the baby ICU, was going to be in there just to make sure the baby was okay when he came out. She was technically not supposed to be giving birth. She was just teaching me how to give birth. But I caught on so quickly. Now, I couldn't put my legs up. They wanted me to, you know, grab the back of my legs and pull, you know, myself, or pull my legs to my chest, take a deep breath, push with my gut, with my stomach, not with my core, not with my, you know, lower parts, because I'm sure that would have been a bad situation. So I could feel myself pooping while I was trying to push. My mom was cleaning it off of me. My boyfriend finally came in, and, you know, he gave me the look like, you know. So I already knew that, yes, it was poop and it was not just me tripping. But he didn't make me feel uncomfortable. He just sat there and watched patiently in awe. And my dad stood up to the side because he didn't want to see my female, my vajayjay, my vag. He didn't want to see none of that. And yeah, I started pushing. Tip of his head. My mom seen his hair and everything coming out. Oh, yeah, by the way, I try to get my nipple in the scene. Head full of hair. So my mom seen the hair. She started crying. The ladies go, oh wait, we're not supposed to be giving birth. We're just supposed to be showing you how to push. I'm about to call everybody in. They came in. Doctor's ready. I pushed probably 3, 4, maybe 5 times, and he was out of there. Now I felt him coming out. Even with the epidural, I can feel all that. I can feel some of the contractions popping in because they had stopped me from pushing a button, because they had a little drip where I can push it like every 10 minutes, but only like 4 times in an hour or something like that, or certain times in an hour. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what my limit was. I didn't really use it much, push the button much, but pushed everything out. He pulls out the placenta. You know, there's no poop, so everything's okay with that. He pulls out the placenta, and then he's like, where's your button for your epidural? And I'm like, right here. And he's like, go ahead and hit that because we're going to do your stitches. Now, he said I had first degree tear. He still gave me like 4 to 6 stitches, and I felt every bit of the stitching. Every bit of the stitching. Especially the end part. Oh, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it's making me cringe just thinking about when he was pulling the, you know, the needle through and the thread and it was a burning. Oh. And they dissolved, so I didn't have to worry about that. So, yeah, after that, they checked him out, handed him to me, skin to skin, and boom, they moved us to a different room. I guess after, I'll probably make a different video giving y'all the other details of postpartum, the parts that they don't tell you about. And I still have to make a video based on or talking about my pregnancy period, you know, as far as my symptoms and the weird crazy things that went on. But yeah, until I make those videos, I'm going to probably do something with my hair. You hear him? He's dreaming. But do something with my hair, come back, make them videos. Like, subscribe, don't forget, do that, because we are trying to get our subscribers up. Ain't that right, Levi? Trying to get subscribers up. Trust me, you don't want to miss anything else I'm going to put on this channel. Trust me, it gets gruesome, it gets funny, it gets nasty. And I mean, it's pretty much gonna be about womanhood, parenthood. I mean, because I'm a woman and I'm a parent, so that's the best thing I can do. That's the thing I know. So we're gonna keep it real on here. Like I said, like and subscribe. Till next time, I love you. We love you.